So this part is related to the event hubs and logic app. So I will start with the bullet point number 2, because the bullet point number 1, I might have some issues doing it. But yeah, this one is creating a namespace for EventHub in the portal. You should be able to obtain the namespace URL. So this is related to the Neighbourly API. So before, we worked in all of the HTTP trigger Azure functions which are triggered by HTTP. So, and then we left this one for the end, the event hub trigger. And if we look at it, yes, we need some changes, because in here it's saying for us to create an event hub in the portal, but the code is coming with EventGrid event, so I suppose we have to change it. They do not provide many information much information in here about how to yeah, they provide very little information, so I did what I thought was right. So let's try to do it now. Git post event hub trigger. You're getting an error here. Intent amount. Don't know why. Okay, so it was the first one. So basically, I followed a Microsoft page. Let me see if I can find it. So I also described all of the steps I took in here, part 4, event hubs in Logic app. Let me see if I can find the right link. Oh no, create a namespace. So create a namespace for EventHub in the portal. So I basically just followed this documentation. So route custom events to Azure Event Hubs with Azure CLI. So I just followed this documentation. So I'll go with you right now through the steps I took. Where am I? Create a namespace. Event hub in the portal should add the connection to the Azure Function. Yes, it's this one. Route custom events to Azure Event Hub with Azure CLI. So first of all, this is also similar to this part of lesson 3, Enterprise Logic Apps and EventGrid topic, in which we have this setup an EventGrid topic. And then, yeah, it's similar. I'm going to show you. It's a bit different, so which can be tricky, but it's also a bit similar. So, okay. So first of all, I create an EventGrid topic. So we need to go to Azure portal. And EventGrid topic, EventGrid topics. So as you can see, previously I created a Neighbourly topic. So let's create a new one. resource group, Neighbourly app, RG name, make Neighbourly James topic region West, Europe. Then let's see advanced event grid schema, enable system assigner identity. Okay, I think we should be fine with this. Okay, after creating a topic, in the end we are going to have an endpoint generated. Let's see if we can see it. So you see we have a topic endpoint. So that's the one we are going to use in our POSTMAN. Let me check. For example, I have this one that I created before. I will duplicate. I think it's this one. And just 1 second. POSTMAN uses a lot of memory, so my computer is a bit. So as you can see, the format of this URL, we have the name of our topic, and then the region, and then EventGrid.azure.api. Let's copy this and let's replace it. .api.events. Okay. And then why okay, I'll explain to you why we need to do this in a bit. So if we go to our event grid, I will just open another one. I will open a get, for example, get advertisements. So before, as you can see, the trigger and Azure function, we would do this by using a HTTP request, but this time we are going to trigger an Azure function using an EventHub EventHub event. So I'm going to show you how to do it. So let me just go back to my I think I deleted. I'm going to look for the documentation. EventHub Azure Function. Yeah, so if you go to the documentation, so Azure EventHub's trigger for Azure Functions, then we choose the Python, and then we can see how our init Python file should look, and also how our function.json should look. So let's do this. So let's see what's we have logging JSON. Let's use EventHub Event, and I think this is the same. Login.Azure function trigger, but in here it's using the code over time, and then we should be fine. And then in our function.json, we also need to change. So we need to have EventHub trigger as type. The name event, because that's what we are using in here. It's an input. EventHub name, we are going to create one. And then we need to have connection. The connection, it's showing in here how it should look. You're going to see this later on. So let's see, where did I stop? So we created a topic and we have an endpoint for the topic. Now we need to create an event hub. So before that, we create an event hub namespace, and after that we create an event hub itself. So let's go to event hubs. See, in here we have I have already Neighbourly namespace, which I created in here. So okay, so let's create a new one. Neighbourly app RG namespace. Let's see. Neighbourly GMS namespace. Last here. Present here. Basic. And then we have tags and a review and create. Events of EventHub. So it is in progress. We basically are going to create a event hub. We are going to create an event by hitting this endpoint, which is associated to that topic, and then we need to provide this information here, which we're going to generate in a bit. Let me check. So in this later on we're going to create a event subscription, but to do that event subscription to that topic, but to do that first we need to create an event hub. So that's why we are doing it now. Okay, so no event hubs yet. Let's create an event hub. So the name of our event hub is going to be Neighbourly GMS hub. Namespace. We are already in that namespace, and I think we should be fine. Let's create it. Okay. And then I think we have shared access policies. and we need this because that's where our connection string is. That's what we need. You see, it has the same format as the file that was provided to us. So instead of using this one, we are going to use this one. So let's copy, but let's not put it here. Let's put it in our local settings.json. And then we call it, let me see how I called it before. Let me see if I can. I'm just going to my other function app, and I'm going to add this one in the configuration. I'm putting this in here because when I tried to replace this in here, I had an error. So probably you're going to have the same. Then after Googling, I found out that we need to erase this, and we need to put this one here, probably because of security reasons that we are bound to when using Azure Functions. Yeah, that's the same thing we do for the database, basically. So connection EventHub string, which is in here, and then copy the copy port, put it in here. Okay. Function string. Okay. And then what else we should do? We have a namespace, we have an event hub. Now let's subscribe to the topic. So we subscribe to an EventGrid topic. It will tell EventGrid which events we want to track. So let's do that. Okay, I'm going to our home. I think we subscribe to a topic when we go to the topic itself. So event, so we create an event subscription. The name of our event subscription is going to be sub to EventHub. Event schema, EventGrid schema, is it EventGrid, event subscription, create, topic, EventHub, endpoint. And then the endpoint, I think we can choose event hubs. Endpoint, and then we can select an endpoint. We are going to select the event hub that we just created. Neighbourly hub, and then Okay. So in the end, you can see that we have a sub to EventHub subscription, and when we click in it, we see like our topic and our EventHub. So let's see how we can trigger this. So we basically can trigger this by creating an EventHub event, and we do this by using that URL, and then we provide this data ID, event type, subject, event time, the data we want, whatever we want. For example, maybe we can add something else like food. Data version. I think we don't necessarily need this. And then we need a topic. So I think for the topic we can go overview. I think it's something like this. Oh no, yeah, we need the subscription ID, so we copy this and then we replace it in here. Resource groups, Neighbourly RPG providers, topics, event group topics. Then we use the Neighbourly topic. I think it's this one, the name of our topic. Don't worry if you type it wrong. If you type it wrong, I will give you an example. I will try to just erase this, and I'm gonna try to hit that in the point. And then it shows unauthorized. So it shows unauthorized because we need something else. We need the shared access key. So for that we just use the AEGSAS key, and then I think it's this one that we need. But I think, or no, maybe it is this one. I think it is this one instead. Let me check. I think it's not this one. Let me try this one. Let me see if it is this one. Did I type it right? That requires JSON token and the reason value for closing JSON type object as 0. Systems, arrays, support. So I think something's wrong with my JSON. Friday's Microsoft topic. Oh yeah, this one is wrong. Oh no, sorry, I see there is a red thing in here, so there is something missing. Yeah, let's try you. So it's successful now, see? It's successful. Let me see what kind of key we used. We used this one. So we need the one that is in the topic. Let's see, let's pretend we don't remember what is our topic. Let's see if it corrects us. So if you don't remember what is a topic, you're going to get a message. Property topic was found to be set to this one, and then but was expected to either be null, empty, or be set to subscription, blah 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 blah. And then you can just use this one, copy this one and replace it in here. Let's see if it works. Now we have a 200. Okay, so okay, then now we are triggering our event hub by using a post request with this data. So because we are generating an event hub, then we should be able to get this data in here. So let's test it.